Hopefully you can see me, folks. I'm just pulling up. There we go. I'm just going to pull up the old browser. Make sure. Let's see if you can. Hopefully you can see me, folks. I'm just good. I can hear me. We'll get there, Stadia Universe. How are you, my friend? Ray is about to join. He won't be very long. I've just given him the new link. So he'll be with us in a second. Sorry about this. I am, those that follow me on a relatively frequent basis will know that I've been playing with all sorts of new systems, which ain't much fun for you guys when it doesn't work, let's be honest. But there was no reason why it shouldn't do so. My sincerest apologies for that. Now then, Ray may not have realized that I pasted the link. Thank you, Zero. Thank you for the feedback. It's good to know. I think I can hear myself. Let me just give Ray this link because he's probably waiting for it in Telegram. So we pasted that in there. A little bit of Christmas music while we're waiting. See if you can hear this. Dee. I love this little tune. It's really cute. Little overlay that I banged up earlier today. It's quite sweet, isn't it? You see the little controllers there, sort of hiding inside the snow, which is a lovely thing. You know, all those little premiere editions, and all getting snowed up, which is really cute. So, as if by magic, Ray arrives. Pop us over there. There you go, Ray. We're back. we won't bother with the old countdown and stuff. Everybody knows what we look like. Yes, we are live, by the way, just so that you know. I went live a little earlier. Guys, let me know if you can hear and see. Everybody knows what we look like. I can hear me and I can see us. I'm just having a quick look there on YouTube. So that's all good. Should we start again? Just very quickly.
Let's start again.
There are people watching this, Ray. And
take two.
No idea that we just had a completely aborted start, which is, par for the course. Ray, Merry Christmas to you, sir. Look, I've even got me beard.
Look at that. Looking sharp.
Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it? How's the weather in England? Asks Stadia Universe. Actually, it's okay. The thing about England is actually sits in a fairly temperate position as far as Europe's concerned. So we get some not too bad weather. It's not as bad as you think. It does tend to rain a little bit, but then it does everywhere in the world this time of year.
We're getting rain tonight out here in the Bay Area, California. So it's coming tonight.
You're getting, when you say rain, are we talking like normal rain, or are we talking nasty old rain? Or?
Nah, just normal rain, which we need. Hey, Dominic, Squid, Stadia, Krampus, thank you guys for coming back. Nah, just
everybody needs a bit of rain.
Yes.
You need sunshine and you need rain. You need rock and you need Ray. That's how we look at life, isn't it, mate?
Yes.
And then as we unfortunately got caught out by the text there, I think what we'll do is we will zippity-doo-dah along to the latest news. Do you think we do that quickly?
Let's do that, brother. Let's do it.
Oh, hang on. Before I do that, I just make yourselves at home. Make yourself a cup of tea. There we go. Just got to pull in the news feed. There we go. Right. Let's do this.
The latest news from Stadia.
Hey, pop that over there. Pop you over there. There we go. I don't mind because I
like the mistletoe.
I can see. Yes, exactly. There you go. So, latest news. This one is really hot off the press because it only happened today, and of course it is that you can now use your iPhone and iPad to play Stadia. Woohoo! The Stadia, as they call it in some places. Well, that winds people up so much, it does make me chuckle. So it is a really simple thing. I did it earlier because I have one of those Apple-shaped devices.
How did it work?
Yeah, good. Good.
That's good.
I think it's early days, and they say that it's kind of beta.
Mhm.
You basically just fire up your Safari browser, Ray. Type stadia.google.com, I think it is,
Mhm.
and then you're in, and you're in your account. You may have to log in. I didn't have to, which is quite odd. And then you get to play. I think some people were saying that you can't pair a controller at the moment still.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I'm not sure if that's just because it's in beta. I should imagine it is. I'm sure they'll fix that eventually. But it's one of those things. They're ticking them off the list for Christmas, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, like I said, the more the platforms that people can play on, the more that Stadia grows. Especially millions of people have an iOS, and so I think that's great.
Yeah, it's really cool. More to come on that, because it'll be interesting to see what people say with regards to how it's working out for them.
Sure.
I personally am not a big fan of playing games on mobile devices, because when you get to my ripe old age, Ray,
Uh-huh.
you do struggle to see anything that's closer than 8 feet away from your face. So I don't bother.
The only really when I'm like if I'm traveling on a plane or I'm in a hotel or somewhere or I'm at the dentist's office or the doctor's office, that's when I can whip it out and play it.
Yeah, it's I mean, don't get me wrong, I do use my phone, obviously.
Mhm.
But I tend to use it for looking at the old tweets and stuff. I just can't, I'm like, hey, I always remember little kids at school would have it right up against their face like this and used to chuckle. But now I know what it feels like. It's nowhere near as funny as it was then.
Right. No.
Now then, another interesting news item is that, let me just cue this up. This one's courtesy of our friends over at Cloudy with a Chance of Getting. Now, this one means more to you than it does me, because you're a huge soccer fan, aren't you?
Well, this kind of scares me a bit because it kind of reminds me of the Game Pass. I remember there was games that I would go back and they were gone on Game Pass. So Football Manager 2020 to be gone. I know some people were probably waiting to get it later. Some people get games later. They don't get it right at now. So it kind of worries me, but I'm thinking, we know that there a new Football Manager 2021 is coming out.
Yep.
But I don't know. I don't like when they take games out. I leave it alone.
I know if you do have it, it still works. That's fine. But it's just disappeared without notification. It's not even mentioned.
I went looking in the sports, and I was looking. I was like, okay, where's it at?
It's weird, isn't it? Because you kind of, they normally say, oh, and don't forget, at the end of the week, we're pulling XYZ from the store or from the pro games, and
I go back and play old sports games. Sometimes I like to go back and play old teams that had different teams and stuff and play it. So I get all about the new games, but sometimes I'll go back and I'll play the old games. So
I don't know. There's lots of speculation. And who are we to speculate? We know we can sit here and speculate till the cows come home, can't we? Maybe they ran out of space, Ray.
I don't know, but I just hope this is not. I hope this is not the new norm where you start seeing games missing. Because
I suspect this has there's something contractual going on behind the scenes.
I agree.
Dominic says it's a licensing issue, and I think that's what's going on here. I don't think for 1 minute Stadia run out of hard drive space. That would be the irony of all ironies, would it not?
Yeah. That would. That would
not be a good look, would it? So anyway, as you said, 2021 is still slated. We've heard nothing to suggest that it isn't. So we shall see. Now then. Next news item, coming back to Stadia Source, probably one of the biggest of the week, of course, was Cyberpunk. I was about to call it Ciderpunk then. I think I'm getting my booze ready for Christmas. That's what's going on there. But it went absolutely stratospheric. It went through the roof. I think we can safely say, without a moment's hesitation, that it was probably the biggest game launch so far on Stadia, and probably of the year, full stop.
Well, I can tell you that this changed a lot of people who was thinking about where should I go play Cyberpunk. It's a no-brainer. I buy a game, I'm able to get me a free Chromecast and a controller. That was very brilliant. My Premier Edition is actually on the truck. It should be here probably within a half an hour, and I can't wait. I've been tracking it, so I've been wanting another controller. So this was brilliant.
You've got more than one already, though, haven't you?
No, I only have my Founders, and my Founders. I want to keep it because it was my first, and it was my Founders Edition, and so I was either me getting the Wasabi or getting the the white controller, which now I'm happy that I have that controller.
Wow, I got one as well, but don't tell anybody. It's somebody's Christmas gift. You know what I'm saying here, mate. Of course, literally about a day or 2 days after Cyberpunk launch, they had to say, sorry, we told you the deal was out there for a Premier Edition up to the 17th or 18th.
Yes.
It's ended. We've run out of stock, which, you know, I mean, to be fair, it was out there as a deal for quite some time.
It was. It
just goes to show how successful this launch has been. It's been absolutely huge for Stadia, hasn't it?
Brilliant move. Probably they've done a lot of brilliant moves towards the end. They've done a lot of brilliant moves towards the end of the year, and I'm going to say that was probably one of the top ones that they did. Just smart, very smart, because that was the most anticipated, the most biggest game. Plus, it plays beautiful on Stadia.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. Although I did have to make sure that I had the Stadia Plus extension, or I think there's another one, Stadia Advanced, installed on my browser, on my Chrome browser, to make the best use of the graphics. Because, you know, although my little laptop isn't 4K,
right.
There was, I think it was Cloud Gaming Extreme did a piece today, actually, video today, where they pointed out that if you force it to 4K, and the laptop will downgrade it to the res of your laptop, but everything looks really sharp and nice. So I did that, but yeah, it's stunning.
I've been playing in my Chrome browser, and I've also been playing on Shadow, and on Shadow, it just like beautiful. And I'm getting just, you know, the certain bugs, but you know, it was funny. I called my car to come, and it came, but it got stuck in a mountain. And it was like, I mean, it's just, and that's what you're going to get when you get new games. There's going to be bugs, but no doubt about it, it is the best on Stadia.
It's funny you say that, because I was just walking through Night City, as you do, and I just looked up, and a truck dropped down the sky. So what? This road bounced and blew up.
Yeah.
So what? It just literally fell out of the sky. I love that. Personally.
Well, there was one where I was supposed to get in the truck, and a girl was supposed to drive me somewhere, and so I'm in the passenger seat, and she drives, and she's looking straight, and she's driving into a rail.
A clip on Twitter.
Yeah,
have you been drinking?
But you know what, though? Some of these bugs, though, I laugh. But the thing, can I still progress? Can I play the game? Does it look visually good to me? Yes, it does.
But yes, this is the thing, Ray. I mean, when did it come out? Last Friday, Thursday?
Yeah, Wednesday.
Wednesday, right? So
Wednesday.
Okay. Now, I've played about 12, 13 hours, because I've been juggling it with, up until today, Phoenix Rising. But you completed the whole campaign. How the Charles Dickens did you manage it?
I didn't go to sleep. I did not go to sleep. There was nights that I just played all night into the morning, and then I went through the day and I just played it because it's so good. The story, it's an amazing story, and I'm not going to do any spoilers, but it's a good story. I love, you know what I like? I like upgrading my character, the cyberware, and did you know, Rock, that you can, instead of fighting people, you can actually use your like if they're far away, you can like hack into their system.
Wow.
And shut them down.
Yeah, but I want to shoot them and kill them.
I know, but sometimes it's too. So what I do? So there was 7 guys, and I would try and kill them, and they would kill me. So what I did is I took out 2 guys, and one guy I shut his system down, and the other guy just hacked the system, and it makes him it shows him throwing up, and then he passes out, and then I just take him out. So
how they stay? Are they like, dispatched forever, or do they wake up again?
No, they're dead. You shut them down.
Oh, wow.
You can shut them down. Sometimes they'll just have a little bit of life, but you can just slap them and they're out of it.
I did see, because I was having a look at one of the guns earlier, and it said, "Oh, you can attach some tech,
yes,
which will, like you say, put them to sleep, rather than shoot them." But I thought, I don't know. It is a bit violent. There's blood and stuff. I went into some shop earlier, and there was all sorts of stuff being worn on these shop room dummies. I was thinking, what? You don't get that down the newsagents. Truth.
My wife was laughing because she came, and I said, "Hey, honey, look, my son was asleep. Okay, don't play this game around your kids." And my wife was watching. I said, "Look, honey, I can go get me one of these sex dolls, and I can go into a room." And so it says, "Which one do you want?" Right? And I totally forgot there's a girl and a guy. And I said, "Well, I thought Angel was the girl." So I said, "Well, let me get Angel, right?" Oh, good. And I was like, no. I wanted it. And then it takes you can't get out of it. You're in the room. And I'm like, no, but no, I wanted the girl. No. And then it was too late. And my wife was sitting here laughing. Right? She says, "That's what you get." Which nothing. Hello, people. There is nothing wrong. I think everybody should love whoever you love.
But that was what you were.
But I went in there to get a woman.
I'm down for that.
I ended up tried to get a woman, and I ended up with a man.
The same thing happened to Brandon. I was watching him yesterday, and I could see him, and it goes, "You can have, whatever it was, Holly or Angel." And I'm typing saying, "Don't choose Angel." So he goes, "Angel," and no. And I watched him go into the room, and you could see the way his cursor was moving. He's like, "How do I get back out? How do I want to go back and do it again."
Yeah, my wife, she says, "That's what you get. That's what you get."
That's it. You had your choice. You made your choice. Literally, you made your bed, lie in it.
Yeah,
fantastic. So Cyberpunk was huge, and rightly so. It's a massive game, but I think the most important thing, the big takeaway, was the fact that it's been massive for Stadia. I mean, just massive, hasn't it? The pre-sale, the premiere deals, the amount of people that you see now all over the place, Twitter and Facebook and Reddit and so on, saying, "Well, yeah, I went for it. I've got Cyberpunk, and it looks damn good." And all the journalists, including the ones that were going in the past, "Stadia's rubbish," they're all going, "You know what? Might be the best place to play it next to the PC." I mean, just amazing to see. Of course, we've always thought that, but it's just great to see it coming from these guys after all this time.
I am so happy. And then, other people said we wouldn't get it day and date. We actually got it first before anybody else. And I was watching people showing pictures of downloads.
and then the updates.
So no, I pre-ordered back in October, and boom, click, had a good time.
You were really looking forward to it because you read the book and you were genned up on it.
I would sleep and dream that I was in Night City. That's how much I really wanted to play this game.
So tell me, has it lived up to what you were hoping for, your expectations?
You know what? I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yeah. Does it have some bugs? Yeah, not like bugs in the other games, but I'm not gonna get into that. But with Stadia, it is perfect visually for me, and I can play it. And yeah, I think it's great. I think it's great for Stadia. My heart goes out to the other people who can't experience what we're experiencing on Stadia. But hey,
but there you go. I mean, we adopted Stadia. I mean, I've still got
we
PS4.
did. That was the reason why I got Stadia. That's half the reason why I got Stadia. One half was the tech, and the other half was Cyberpunk, because I was originally going to get Cyberpunk for the PlayStation 4, and I'm so glad that Stadia came, and I never got it for the PS4.
Amazing. Of course, weirdly, which kind of connects, I think, to a degree, certainly it's all part of the same story. We had Stadia go down not just once, but twice over the last few days. The first one, admittedly, was a whole big Google thing.
Right.
All their services, Gmail and Hangouts and Docs, and that's nice with a little quiff. Love that. Docs and everything else. That all went down, and Stadia went down with it. So that's fair enough. But then, just before a big patch for Cyberpunk, I think it was yesterday, Ray, wasn't it? And Stadia went down for what, 2 hours?
Yeah. So I'm watching Eddie Player One. He was playing it, and then he got out and he went to get back in the game, and he couldn't get in. So he was on the phone. He was calling Google. He was calling everybody. So then we started looking. We went to Twitter and we saw it wasn't just him. I said, well, let me see what's going on. So I went. I can't get in. No, I can't get into Cyberpunk. I couldn't get in either. But then after you start seeing, oh, whoa, what's all this new stuff and all this overlays, and then I was able to play.
Yeah. I mean, I have no idea whether it was to do with the Cyberpunk patch. I don't think anybody has said, and neither would you expect them to. But certainly it coincided. So, it is a legitimate coincidence that it happened. It's a shame in a way, because that's the one thing that I think we can all say. I've never experienced an outage with Google Stadia ever.
No.
It's just never gone down. Their network and their infrastructure is rock solid until this week. And I do wonder, to be fair, whether whatever happened last week with Google still had some fringe issues. So, this has been a big week for Stadia. I mean, we'll never know. We'll never see the numbers, but I can only imagine the amount of servers, blades that are being spun up to play Cyberpunk and get the new users in and stuff.
Well, there was a lot of people who wasn't able to play it on the other system, so they jumped on. And I think, hey, why not? Hey, jump on that train and ride it. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
So exactly. But people got to understand, things happen. Okay. You're under the mercy of technology. Anything can happen. As you can see, we're trying to start a show for you guys. Anything. And this man, he makes sure everything is working. He tests after test after test. And as soon as it's live,
it was the same on Friday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I spent hours prepping. I spent all today putting the overlays together and some little music in the background and stuff. And I tested it, and you go live. And it's over. I have no idea why. I genuinely think that I've got this little demon, this little demon that sits on my shoulder, Ray, and he waits and he encourages me, and everything's looking good. And he's like, okay, just wait till he presses the live button. I'm absolutely certain that's what's going on. It's all fun and games, isn't it?
It's all exactly. And the main thing, we are here for you guys now.
Yeah, it's great. And thank you so much for turning up, guys, as well. Just to remind you, for those that were maybe not in the previous show, this is our last show of 2020. And then there will be a special show next week, which Ray knows nothing about. It's completely no knowledge of it whatsoever. So I may not even say today. I might leave it. We'll see. But our final news item of the day, which, there we go, is the fact, I scroll down here, you're all thinking, why hasn't he mentioned Ubisoft? We will. We're getting there. I know it's a big news item. The final one on my list for today's news is that Pac-Man's going to be free to play this weekend. And that's actually has it not been a free to play before? I think we had
demo.
We had a demo, didn't we?
It was a demo. It was a demo.
And it was really popular.
I played.
Yeah,
I played. I thought it was gonna be like, I'm old, I'm retro. I'm thinking it's a regular Pac-Man game, and it's not. It seems like I was playing Bomberman.
Yes, it is a lot like that actually.
Yeah,
well, that's what I think. But it looks more accessible to me than Bomberman. I think Bomberman is unique. It has a lot of stuff that you've got to get your head into. We have to do a rock review of it one day. But no, with Pac-Man, it's Pac-Man, but it's like Pac-Man Royale, isn't it?
It's amazing. It's fast. It's fun. It's a lot of power-ups. it's really fun. It's really fun. It's like retro meets next gen, bam, mashed together.
A great cloud gaming game as well. So that goes live on Friday 9 a.m. Pacific, I think, December 17th, and finishes 11 a.m. Pacific on the 21st, which I'm guessing is the Monday. So yeah, fill your boots with that one, guys. Of course, as always, I believe it's only for Stadia Pro subscribers, which I always think is a bit of a missed opportunity, Ray, if I'm honest. I think it would be quite nice for a game like this, where it's not about completing a story. It's about just getting it under your skin, like Outcasters, isn't it? So I think it's a great one to actually encourage people to play games that they maybe don't have because they don't have the Pro Sub or haven't bought it themselves yet.
I think they should do just a different variety because there's different gamers, but definitely fun games like that. You want to bring people to the platform. So, yeah. Yeah,
Philip's making a good point. I think it should be a pro game as well. I don't think it's that expensive, is it? Or is it like a full price?
See, and that's another thing is it's it's going to be one.
Yeah. Eventually.
Yeah.
But, in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, you can fill your boots with that one. Have fun. That I'm sure will be a great weekend to take a break from Cyberpunk and go and play a bit of Pac-Man. Fill your boots. I don't have it. So, and to be honest, when it was a demo, I didn't play it. I didn't have enough time to play it. So I might have a little go with it and see what I think. See if it's something I would invest in or hang around for it as a pro game, as we say. Now then, Ray, let me hide our good friend the news and bring us back. Oh, look, you've disappeared. Hang on. Whoop. You got stuck in the snow there, mate. Good job. Good job I was here to pull you back out again.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We shall move on to our next section now, which unusually, it's not unusual. You know exactly what it is, but let's pull this up.
What's up, Rokk?
He goes on forever, that rabbit. I must. New Year, I'll shave a little bit off of the old bunny there because I know it is a bit. So yes, what is Up Rokk? Well, you know where I'm going. You know, I have been salty McSalty all over Twitter this last couple of days. Ubisoft Plus. What's this? What's this? US only. So I thought I would actually put my case over as to why, because some people have said, look, come on, it's fair shout. It's in beta. It's got to start somewhere. And I get that. I honestly do. And I don't think, let me just start by saying, I don't think this is Stadia's issue at all. I don't. I think this is on Ubisoft. I think the key thing here is that originally, we only knew about Ubisoft Plus coming, although it was Uplay Plus back then. We only knew about it because it was mentioned in the FAQs on the ubisoft.com website. Before that, we'd heard nothing, I don't believe, from Stadia saying it was coming, and neither did they confirm it either, even though it was a bit of an open secret, given it was on FAQs, right? So That was all we knew. It was just an FAQ that said, and it'll be coming to Stadia later in the year. Nothing about beta or regional or going anywhere else either. Then the next thing we knew, of course, was that it launched on Amazon, or rather Amazon Luna launched. And in their initial promotion before they went live, they said, and we're partnering with Ubisoft to bring a Ubisoft channel, which we all knew would be Ubisoft Plus. At that point, we still knew it as Uplay Plus. And they said it would, it will be coming at some point. So again, not a great deal of information. The next thing we knew, and this was the first time we saw any kind of detail, was when Ubisoft said, hey, good news, we're coming to Luna and we're coming to Stadia, but it's going to be in the US only. But it was worded in such a way that the brightest minds in the Stadia community were in disarray. Are they talking about it being US only for Luna? Because at this point, Luna had launched as a US only beta service. So that made sense. You're obviously going to be US only if Luna's US only, or are they saying it's going to be US only for Stadia? But that doesn't make any sense because that's never been said before. We've seen it say it's coming, and Stadia's never said anything differently. So we just kind of merrily trickled on thinking, yeah, let's, glass half full. Let's assume what they really mean here is that it is Luna US only and in beta, which made a heap of sense. Then I think it was this Monday, from nowhere, out of the blue, Ubisoft press release, hey, guess what? It's now available on Stadia, or rolling out over the next couple of days, and confirmed in black and white, beta US only. Now, here's the thing. And at that point, nothing again from Stadia. I mean, there was a tweet sometime later, which was very ambiguous and just said, yes, it's true, it's coming, or it's here. And then I think later that night or the next day, maybe the next day on the Tuesday, the community blog said, indeed, it is US only. But it will be going out to other regions next year. Yeah. Now, this got people's goats up, and understandably so, Ray, because this was the first time that we heard that it was going to be a beta and a US-only release. What's there to beta test? Most of the games have been on Stadia for some time now, so it certainly isn't, can the service deal with our games?
Right.
Ubisoft Connect has a feature, which is the cross-save feature, the big feature of Ubisoft Plus. That's been there since they released Watch Dogs Legion on Stadia, and then of course Valhalla and now Phoenix Rising. So all three of those games have been running the Ubisoft Connect and the Ubisoft Plus features. The only piece in this entire jigsaw that required a bit of beta testing was logging in, and that was just a case of marrying the two accounts, which does not need volume testing.
Exactly.
It doesn't need to be tested. We can only support several 100,000 people, so we're going to constrict it to one region. Doesn't make any sense. I'm the first one. You know me. I run a software company. I know what testing is about. I employ quality testers. I know what it means. I know what all this stuff is. This doesn't ring bells. Hang on. You have one on me. It doesn't ring bells. So, with my cynical head, this feels more to me that it's in alignment with Amazon Luna, that they as a platform are not yet ready to go. Losing my headphones, right? They're not ready to go live to the world, and they have some kind of contractual deal, speculatively speaking, which is restricting them from allowing the service to go out on any other cloud platform until they're ready to go out of beta and go international. That's my gut feel. Okay. As you know, in not too distant past, I dallied with Luna. So I've done my homework on Luna. I know what it's all about. And my guess then, as it is now, is that Luna will go international by the spring of next year, which incidentally is when Luna will also go international. Sorry, Ubisoft on the Luna channel will also go international. And I'm feeling that's when we're likely to get it from Stadia as well. Because don't forget, all they've said is next year. Now, they could be talking in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks' time, but they're not. I'm absolutely convinced of it. And I genuinely think this is all to do with agreements with Amazon. Nothing at all to do with Stadia. I'm absolutely convinced of that. I do not think this one can be pinned on Google. I think this is a deal that is going down with Amazon. So, finally, yay, everybody says, having recommended that everybody grabs Ubisoft Plus, because back in October, just before they launched Watch Dogs Legion, I was convinced it was coming out in the coming weeks. And I still to this day believe that was the original intent. So I said, get out there, fill your boots. You're not going to pay for it twice anyway. And, you know, you can still play it on PC and GeForce in the meantime. So have fun with it. Have fun with it. And today, I've reversed that decision, Ray. I've told people, cancel your sub. If you've got a Stadia account, you're not going to see it for months in my book. Unless you're enjoying playing it elsewhere, cancel it, save your money, resubmit, resubscribe when it comes to Stadia, when it does. And that's what I've done today. I've cancelled my subscription. It expires literally on the 25th of December, ironically. So, you know, and I just think it's a real shame. And the only thing that I think that Stadia is in any way guilty of here is their communication again with existing users. They just always seem to be playing catch up, and I think that's a real shame, because over the last month they have scored some blinders in marketing to new consumers, but they're struggling as always with existing users. And it would have been nice if they'd got ahead of the game, explained the situation, given some idea to people who, you know, there are a lot of people that haven't purchased games, that haven't gone out and bought them elsewhere or what have you, waiting for Ubisoft Plus to come to Stadia. So that, my friend, is what's Up Rokk this week. It was a heavy one.
I'm just going to add to it. It's called communication. Communication, because you told everybody it was going to come out before the year 21, it was going to come out. That means everybody's thinking, hey, UK, Canada, all over, everybody was going to get Ubisoft and we were all going to be happy, and it was going to happen before January. And it didn't. They just popped up surprise and said US only. It's not good. That's not how you do business. You don't promise and say something that something's going to be delivered, and then you just say, sorry, only in the United States.
And Philip in the chat, he's brought a couple of points up, which I'll just quickly cover off.
Okay.
Brought across some Discord, which is fair enough. The first one is that he says Discord have said, and ultimately, you know, who are they? This allows all Ubi Plus users to access the games on Stadia without a Stadia Pro subscription. It's going to add a lot of traffic. To that, I would say so has Cyberpunk. And quite frankly, they're not, you know, look, Ubisoft games are great. Don't get me wrong. They're one of my favorite studios. But then, no, these are not the kind of traffic they're going to attract is not going to pull the system down. I don't see that happening. And I don't think that's a reason to do this. And I'll tell you why. And this also fits in with his second point as well, which is that Ubisoft are using their own cloud service, and Ubisoft Cloud is currently available in the US. The thing is this, Philip, I've been playing Ubisoft Plus since October on GeForce Now. Globally, it's available. You can go anywhere in the world and play it today, right? So whoever servers are being used, and I know for a fact GeForce don't have their own. You know, they're piggybacking off of Microsoft Azure or even the Google network. Whoever's it is, they're doing it okay. I've never ever had a problem getting in at all. It's been worked perfectly for me in 60 frames per second. I've never had an issue. So, you know, for me, it doesn't stack up. If you want to look at it purely on any of the obvious reasons you want to beta test anything, it doesn't stack up. What does stack up for me is Luna is beta, US only, and that restricts what Stadia can do purely on the basis of a deal that Ubisoft have done with their Amazonian partners.
They got to understand that I have my friends are also international. I can't play with them because they're waiting for Ubisoft Connect, and I can't play, you know, Ghost Recon. I can't do certain co-op games because they can't do it. I would have waited until everybody can experience. All stadiums can experience Ubisoft Plus. That's what I would have did. If I can't to just say, you know what, I'm just gonna do this region. Hell, beta test everybody. Let everybody experience. So I mean, that's what I would have done.
And this is the thing, Ray, isn't it? We never had a beta test of Stadia. Right. We all through all the current regions got it day one pretty much, and it was never beta. Arguably it should have been, but it wasn't. So it's not the kind of thing Stadia do. They don't beta test like this. That's not what they've done historically. This ain't them. This is not on them. This is on Ubisoft. Right. Enough of that saltiness, Rokk. We've had it, mate. It's coming up to Christmas. You've sold us on this being the Christmas edition, and you've been like, what we need is a ray of sunshine. Ladies and gentlemen, let me premiere a brand new feature.
Oh my God.
Which we call It's Ray's Praise.
Hallelujah. 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 Well, thank you, Rokk, for that. Oh my God. I want to give praise.
You've never seen that before.
No, I want to give praise to a group called Cloudy with Games. They put on a wonderful award show for us, the Cloudy with Game Awards. And I just really quick, because we got some time, I just want to thank Duncan. I want to thank Kelly. I want to thank Happy Cloud Gamer. I want to thank Cloud Gamer 201. I want to thank Brandon, Sammy on Stata, Raph, Revolution, Rev, Andy Morph, Chase, and the whole Cloudy with Gaming staff for putting on a wonderful, wonderful show. I don't know how you guys did the video, the presentation, but it was a top job. I swear to God, I thought I was watching the Brit Awards or the Grammy Awards or whatever. It was an amazing award show. The guys look sharp in their suits, and I just wanted to say thank you for putting that on. It was very, very entertaining, and I enjoyed it, and I know a lot of us enjoyed it. And but it was a great show. Plus, the game I wanted. Game of the Year, Valhalla, which I voted for. I know you didn't want Valhalla. I voted for Valhalla. Valhalla won.
What did I vote for then, Ray?
What's that?
What did I? Was it Destiny? I wanted.
You wanted Destiny.
Yeah, but they Destiny 2. Did Destiny win?
Destiny 2 won. Yeah. For pro game.
Yes. Yeah, so it did get an award and deserved it.
Yeah, it got an award. I think it got a couple of awards, but I know shout out like Stadia Cast, the Nerd Nest. Shout out to them. They won for content creator. They won for Meg won for streamer. Red Dead Redemption 2 won for adventure game.
Yeah.
There was, Meg, which my son, Daddy got beat by a girl. Daddy got beat by a girl. No more bootleg sideboards.
So did I. Quite happy with that.
And I said, son, to be honored by your peers and your colleagues. That's all. That's all I need. That's all I need. And I'm happy for all the winners and all the nominees. But damn it, Cloudy with Games, they put on a really good show. And they're going to expand it too, guys, in the future. It's going to go, they're going to add Luna, they're going to add GeForce Now. They're going to do a lot of things. So hopefully they do more categories because we are so huge.
Yeah.
So huge.
Wasn't it? They I think Andy Morse did a lot of the video work as well, didn't he? Because he was also one of the hosts, Andy. There were some great hosts. Brian did a great video.
Oh man,
he does just such amazing work, doesn't he?
Did you see Barry with the golden envelopes? he had the golden envelopes.
I love that. I think
he's just top. Yeah. Raph opened up a cookie canister. it was just an amazing, amazing show.
It was absolutely fantastic. And
Yes.
as you said, they even hinted there and then that there'll be tons more coming up, which will be amazing.
Yeah.
They said this time this next year, but they also sort of hinted at June, didn't they?
They're going to do something in June, and they're going to probably do something later.
Yeah, that'll be amazing.
Yeah.
I'm certainly looking forward to that, and it was an honor just to be nominated. Quite frankly,
It was. They got. Hey, they not forget they had Grace, and they had Google.
They did. You're right. They had the whole. They had Chris Grace.
Yeah. Crater.
Yeah, Crater popped into the chat, didn't they?
Yeah.
I know Frank Sinatra couldn't make it, sadly.
No. But Get Pack.
Yes.
Yeah. I voted for Get Pack.
Yeah, they're good guys, and it was great to see it. It was just a really nice event.
Yeah.
And I think it was some great numbers as well. It was really, really well put on. So well done to those chaps. So there you go. Praise from Brother Ray. That's Ray's praise, which I think bears another outing of his amazing intro. Here we go, folks. It's just my favorite of all time. Oh, mate, I worked on that all afternoon for you.
Thank you.
There you go. Raise praise. That will be back at the next outing of Stadia Rokks Live. Right, my friend, shall we whip on? We've reached the top of the hour, so let's get on with our next section. Here we go. It's no great surprises. We do this one all the time as well. Here it comes. Now then, shuffle us around. There you go. This is Rock Review and our game this week. As we did last week when we'd only just launched Phoenix, we are going to go with, what are we going with, Ray?
Cyberpunk 2077.
Cyberpunk.
On Stadia by CD Projekt Red.
Mm-hmm. And this is you playing here. So we've got some rare Ray footage of a Ray in the wild, actually playing on Facebook. Because guys, if you don't know this, Ray streams on Facebook, streams on Twitch, and streams on YouTube. And he doesn't do like me and cheats and just presses a button on the system. He literally goes there and does it, don't you, mate?
Yeah.
So you'll find him on all these platforms doing his amazing work.
I get people asking me questions. What is this is on Stadia, really? And I'm like, yeah, that's how I'm able to talk to other people about Stadia and about cloud gaming.
Evangelizing, you are
yes,
a possum. Now then, as you guys our regulars may remember, what we do with Rock Review is we kind of talk about reviewing the game from the perspective of a casual gamer. So, not someone like Ray that literally goes around the clock for 4 days and completes the game. I mean, that's extremist. That's not casual. We're talking about people that will still be playing this in a year's time. And of course, as you'll remember, we approach it from 5 questions. The first one is, how quickly can you get into the game? The second is, can you pick up where you left off? Or when you do. The third is, how easy is it to get to grips with? The fourth, is it rewarding to play? And then the final one is it good value? Ray, let's start with the first one. How quick?
Pick up, I'm going to give it, I gave it a 4.
Okay.
I gave it a 4.
Okay. Get into it relatively quickly then?
Sometimes I would end up spawning in the most craziest places. Loading it. Okay. When you get in the game and you load up and you click. Sometimes there's loading. And I know, guys, loading. Oh my God. But there's these certain menus that they show before. And you're like, okay. Then you hit the button and then boom, you're in it. But I gave it a 4.
That's fair. I gave it a 3. And I tell you why. You actually get into it relatively quickly, but you have the kind of cut scene. They keep showing me this cut scene of this guy on.
Welcome to
City. No, I'm pressing the button. Go, hurry up! I want the pressing the button. It ain't happening. And then there's another one where I'm, it's some element of the game, wherever you are in the game. No spoilers. Where you then have to wait for this guy watching the TV, and there's a little bit of a news thing, and then I can press a button, and then I'm in. Which I get, it's a massive game. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, a lot of preloading and so on. But that's not my fault. I'm Mr. Casual, mate. I want to get into my game and get cracking. So I gave it a 3. I was maybe a bit Scroogey there with me rewards. Apologies for that. Secondly, can you pick up from where you left off?
I gave him a 5 because actually, if you fight a battle and you die, which you're going to die a lot in this game, it'll put you back pretty much where you sort of died at, closer to it. They have great save. You can, during the story, you can save your game, but when you're in a battle mode, it's going to like, oh, sorry, you cannot save it. You got to fight. Especially when you're in a danger or red zone. So it's not going to let you save. But I gave it a 5. I think it's pretty good. It lets you pick up where you left off.
I was actually super impressed with how, I mean, literally, you're right. And no game is, we've said this before, every week we say, no game is going to put you right there in the middle of an arrow coming towards your head. But it does drop you right at the point it left you before. And it's auto-save as well. So you don't have to, you don't like, oh no, I've just lost 10 minutes of gameplay because I forgot to press save. Got to get rid of that zit as well. Look at
it. I think you popped it and it landed on the screen.
That's what's going on. So yeah, I gave it a 5. You gave it a 5. So there you go. So we're both in harmony on that one.
Yes.
Number 3. How easy is it to get to grips with as a game?
I had to give it a 3, people. I have to give it a 3. I'm watching people plus myself. There's a lot to do. There's the fighting, but also the cyberware and the street cred and the attributes and building your character up. It's a lot of things that you have to do. Because
just laughing at that picture. What's that? Someone's on a drum there.
There's a lot of things that you have to do. So I'm gonna give it a 3 because I think some people, it's you got to understand, it's an RPG. It's just not like a running around and shooting up and doing all this. There's a lot of decision making that you have to do. You have to not only build your attributes, but your perks, and you have to put your perks and balance it out. Some people will build up their body, but not build up their mental or certain things. So there's a lot to it, people.
No, that's fair. Do you know what? I struggled, and I still am, even now, and I've played it, for 13 hours. I'm still, and funny enough, do you know what I found the answer was, Ray? As much as I want and would rather play it on the old Chromecast, I found the only answer is to play it on a browser right up against my face so I can see those tiddly-widdly little icons. Because it's only when it's right up here that I can see what it's telling me to do. When it's on the other side of the lounge, I'm like, what have I got to do here? What's it? I can't read it.
Exactly.
And I think that's because it's been designed primarily for PC. And I've seen this before, even on Stadia with, for example, what's it called? Sam I Am. I don't know. There's a game, Johnny McFarson or something. That you can tell that was originally developed for PC as well. Tiny text and tiny icons. Yes. So I've struggled to get my head around, and it is a complex game, isn't it? As you said, it's an RPG, and very few of them aren't to a degree complex. I mean, if it's whatever it is, even something like Division 2, there's a complexity to it. So I gave it a 2.
Oh wow! I'll give you that. Yeah, I agree.
I did struggle with it. The final one. No, we've got two more. What are you talking about, Rock? Sorry, mate. Is it number 4? Is it rewarding to play?
I'm definitely. I gave it a 4 because there's weapons and there's loot that you can pick off the enemies. There's a lot of hidden stuff to find. And then the upgrades, people, and the perks. When you kick a lot of butt, that gets your street cred up. When you do the missions, that's gonna build your you're working on your street cred, but you're also working on leveling up too. So there's 2 things that you're working on. So the more that you get in the story and the things that you complete, you build up your credit and stuff, which is going to help you, which a lot of people don't know. You cannot open up certain body parts or certain things that you need unless you level up your street cred and your levels. It will tell you, no, you can't open this up till you reach this level.
Right. Okay. Wow. Because there's again, I'm trying to go down the old spoiler road here, but early on you do go and see a Ripper. They're called Ripper Docs.
Ripper Doc.
And I had some embellishments, but I haven't been back since. And I keep wondering whether I should or whether the game will naturally take me there. Build up your spondy. See, I haven't got enough to pay him back from the first one yet.
So when I beat the main story, they actually gave me legendary items. I can't even use these legendary items because my street cred and my level is not to where it's supposed to be.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then your body. So if you have a certain your mind, if it's not like at 16, you can't open something up. If you're sitting at like 9 or 10, it's not going to open it up for you.
I know there's a lot. There is so much to this game. It is massivo. So we both gave it a 4. Right?
Yes, we did.
Generous, to be fair.
Yes.
And then now the final one. Is it good value? It is a full price AAA. It's not a pro game. There's no discounts. Actually, it is slightly cheaper on Stadia. I'm just thinking about I should revise my score on this. I'm going to while you're talking.
I gave it a 4. People, I got a free. It's probably on my doorstep right now. I got a Premier Edition and a Chromecast for free because I pre-ordered it. You can't beat that. Can't beat it.
That's why I upped my score to 5 because I thought, hang on a minute, why am I saying 4? I got a free controller and a CCU.
Now, but in all fairness, I didn't give it a 5. I gave it a 4 because there's bugs. There is bugs even on the Stadia. The Stadia visually looks good and plays good, but there is bugs. There's bugs.
No, it's a fair shout, Ray. It does have them, and the sad thing is, it's not like they only started making it last year, is it? I've been around. This has been around longer than a bad bed. It's about 8 years or something.
Yeah.
Jeez. And so you're talking about a lot of time in development, and they put it back several times as well, citing bug fixes. As hang on a minute, I think we've got some dodgy stuff on Ray's forward. We got children watching here. Yes, no, it's I agree. So on that alone, see, I still can't knock the fact that I got myself a controller and a CCU, 89 dollars.
Yeah,
I think we're going to end up,
You know what, Rock? You changed my mind too. I got to put it at 5. I got to give it a 5.
I got to give it a 5. What you
I got to get a 5.
But it's every game's got bugs. But man, we basically got a controller, CCU for zippity doodah, zippity day.
Rock, you sure that's my video in that bar? You sure that's me?
Hang on, it is definitely you, Ray. It's Judy. That's young. There we go. Some car speed.
There we go.
So that was it. That was our fifth. And Ray, I had to revise mine, so I quickly did some calculus and some algebra.
Yes.
And I got my abacus and I spun the balls around and I added one more to my score. So I gave it a Massivo Rock 19 out of 25 think it's 25. And you gave it 20. So we were almost harmoniously joined at the hip.
Exactly.
Which is good. I mean, we've said it before. Around the 1920 and then up it's a must. It's going to have some issues if you're a casual gamer. And don't forget, folks, we this isn't a general game review. If I was reviewing this on behalf of an extremist like Ray, who plays around the clock to complete the game, then we would have had a different score. But from a casual gamer's perspective, there's a couple of issues in there, but it's a great game.
People they're going to fix this game. They're going to fix the game.
Yeah.
So, but
they hinted there was more hinting this week.
Yes.
You know what I'm going to say. You tell the folks.
I think there's going to be online. There's going to be other features coming with this game where we all can probably play together like a GTA 5. Which that would be amazing. Can you imagine Stadians in Night City running around?
I'd rather be running around in Nutbush City, to be fair, with Tina. Yeah. But I would go with Night City.
Yes.
And they've hinted at ray tracing, of course, next year as well with the Vulcan update.
Oh, yeah, that's
highly possible that we'll get ray tracing as a kind of retrofit next year, as of course is coming to the next gen.
That's massive news. I totally forgot about that. Yeah,
definitely one to have in your library. I wouldn't bust a gut to finish it. I would enjoy it. There's a lot in this game. I've already raced far into the campaign and wish that I'd actually gone off and done some of the side stories and built up my progression and stuff.
You can also be a bounty hunter too, folks, which is so much fun. That's what I'm kind of working on. I'm like a bounty hunter, and you get money. You get money too, which I take the money and I'm buying some. I need a new pair of legs. I got gorilla bionic arms, and I can open up elevator doors and crush people. Yeah. But my legs, I need to work on my legs.
Oh, that's good stuff, Ray. Thank you so much for that and for sharing your video with us, which is cool. Don't forget, guys, Facebook. Go and check Ray out on Facebook. In fact, I think in the description, I've got a link to Ray's Facebook goings on. So Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. He's a prolific streamer of the highest order and the highest caliber. Only eclipsed officially by Meg, who I see we have been joined with tonight.
And congratulate. She deserved. I was so happy. So happy.
Round of applause.
Very the first lady of Stadia, folks. The first lady of Stadia.
100%, and well deserved, Meg. Great that it went to someone who actually deserved it. So well done. Right, Ray, we've reached the end. Let's get rid of and then put that one in there. Some added sound effects. There we go. And get rid of question 5 because I'm not questioning you. 1 through 5. There's no need to question you, my friend. Ray, thank you so much.
Rock, thanks always for having me.
I love doing this show with you, the Rock and Ray show.
Thank you.
And you know what? I think I will see you. You don't know it yet before Christmas, but nobody else knows that, including you. So I want to be the first to wish you a happy holiday.
And I wish you as well a happy holiday to you and your family. A safe holidays.
It's a wonderful time of the year, and it's been, let's say, an eventful year for all of us. It's not been the happiest of years that we've all endured and enjoyed, but we're coming through it, folks, and that's what happens, isn't it? We all stay safe and work towards harmony and happiness. So, Ray, what does the Sherrod family do at Christmas?
Just watching we watched the Christmas Carol, the Christmas Story. You poke your eyes out. We love watching. I love watching Charles Dickens.
Yes.
Also, I think Wonder Woman 1984. They're gonna have that on. Yes, you can stream it. They're gonna have all the Hollywood movies you can stream.
You're a Wonder Woman.
So, yeah. Just staying in, folks, and exchanging gifts and just eating. My wife's making she's making a roast. She's making a pot roast.
Ooh, we're not having turkey either this year.
No.
No.
You know what you're doing?
Turkeys don't grow naturally in this country anyway. You don't find many turkey fields. People forget this. It's an imported meat. We're going to be having a bit of chicken. It used to be goose traditionally.
Well, I got turkeys we got wild turkeys that attack.
You do. I remember you saying.
We got wild turkeys, and they're mean people. Mean. They will follow you and try and come after you.
You want to watch out for them turkeys, mate. One of them got pardoned. He had a weird name. I forget what it was now. The turkey that got pardoned this year from the outgoing president, but I forget the name of the turkey. It was a weird name.
It was a weird name. It was
a name. Like Brian or something, or Frederick or something like that. It was odd, very odd name.
Yes.
Ray, where can people find you? And I know there's look down in the description. There's a ton of places because Ray, he's got like a bible of places to find it.
Just I'm Ray3473, the gaming cyborg. Just hit me up on my Twitter page. I'm always posting where I'm going to be streaming next. But just tonight I'll be streaming Assassin's Creed.
Which one?
I'm doing Syndicate.
Oh,
Syndicate.
Cool.
So I'm doing that. I'll be streaming that tonight.
Sweet. Awesome. And you know who I am, guys. You're on my channel. But anyway, you can also find me on Twitter. And I've also got some links down below as well. As I've been saying a couple of times, a little surprise show I'm hatching for this time next week. Ray's yet to know about. And we will be back after the holidays, of course, where you can catch Stadia Rokks live.
Love you guys.
Rokk and Ray. Yeah, and thank you guys so much as well. It's amazing to see you all. And especially particularly just right at the very end there. Hi, Jem. Hi, Megs. Thanks for popping in. And have a fantastic Christmas. Please stay safe. Give each other hugs, but remember to stay socially distant. And that is still important, irrespective of vaccines. They're coming, but we've got to stay socially distant. We've got to be careful. That's it, Ray. You do. Now I've got mine. I've got a special one here.
There you go.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Do you know what? I can't resist it. Let's do one more. Hang on. Praise the Ray. Take care, folks. Have a fantastic Christmas, and we will see you all again soon.
Bye. Bye, guys. Happy holidays.